Good morning. Welcome to Whole View Farm. Just wanted to give a quick update on this cattle operation. We've still got 38 head, mostly custom grazing for our friends at two different farms. And we've been moving them every day, at least once, usually more like 2 or 3 times. And we just let them into this draw area, which is a little bigger paddock than we've been doing, but it's easier to go around these trees than through them. So they're really happy. They're hitting some of the stuff we've mowed, and because we had our netting up, we had the goats in here a couple months ago. So this is like, most of this field's been going all season long and kind of rank, but this is nice, tender, fresh. They're really excited about this higher protein, younger grass in here. It's been going pretty good. We've been going through about an acre a day, moving mostly twice a day moves, sometimes once, sometimes 3 times, just depending on the animal behavior. Calves are looking good. They're grazing away over there. And yeah, I don't know what else to say. Life is good. The fly load's been pretty intense. Doesn't seem to really be bothering them too much, but there's definitely a lot of horn flies on the back and face flies. We do use some fly paper up at the watering tanks, and big wide strips of fly paper to catch what we can. Oh, there's Chip back there in the trees. Bull, not our bull, our borrowed bull. Haven't seen him mount anybody, so hopefully he's getting the job done, but I'm not out here all day watching either, so something really soothing about this sound of these cows tearing this grass. I could just sit and listen and watch this all day. Wish I could. 8:36, 32. Fun to watch what they prefer, what they go for. Look at that clover, yeah. And they'll go for some of these tree leaves too. Give them a minute to clean up this really succulent grass down here. And they'll start grazing what they can reach on these catalpa trees. They're not catalpa, these are linden basswood trees. Nikki's calling this guy Teddy, number 44 here at the dun coloration. I don't know what you call that, brown, dun, something. This is what we just came out of. We had just strip grazed this whole field about 6 days. This whole end of this field. Got down to the end, and then we just let them up over on that side. We're doing another strips of the waters at the far end there. We gave them a nice big paddock for their first one where we back fenced. And then onto this big paddock. We've only got about 5 or 6 more days up here on the 26th, and then we're going to go straight that way. There's a gate there. We can go out down into the valley and behind the pond. Should get a couple weeks out of that. Then we'll do the West Valley. Should get a week or so out of that. And where we started in August 2nd, we started on this 26 acres, and it's starting to show some recovery. Oh, there they go, eating the linden leaves. Yeah, it's starting to bounce back already. We've had some good rains for August. We never really had a dormant period this year. So I think given another 30 days, if this moisture holds up even a little bit, we'll have good recovery and we'll be able to do a second pass out here. That's the plan anyways. You never know. Things change, conditions change, but as of now, I think we're looking at about 90 days with this mob, making 2 full passes around the farm. Won't leave us a lot for stockpile. That might be a questionable decision. See how it affects us in the spring. Yeah, we'll see. I think it's worth it to get our our cows bred and really put some fat on these guys and give our friends pasture a good long rest period. And yeah, this is a big paddock. It goes all the way around both sides of this draw. We do have a little exclusion zone here where we've composted some animals, and we don't want them getting in there. They tend to not like it, but I did want to see how they behaved around this fence, and so far so good. So yeah, that's the update. Weather's beautiful, life is good, cows are eating grass, we're having a good time moving them, and sheep are still across the street. The goats are doing some hard cleanup. We got them in some netting down in the valley and just making them work for it. We're making them eat all the goldenrod and stuff off of that pasture, so I don't have to mow as much. So we're going to do some woods cleanup. Yeah, those flies, I tell you, definitely affect some animals more than others. And yep. Nice, we usually see the swallows out when the cattle are on the move. We get a lot of swallow activity out here cleaning up those flies. But they can only do so much. Next couple weeks we should see some cooler weather set in, and I think that fly pressure will go down quite a bit. Oh, don't freak out. Scientific rule says you can't observe something without affecting it, right? I want to go see what they're grazing on, but when I walk forward they start running, so hello. But they are also curious animals. They're going to go until they find a fence, figure out how far they can go, then they'll figure out, okay, what's the best thing available for me to eat. I'm hoping we get 2 days out of this with all these tree leaves and good grasses around the borders, but we'll see. Check on them tomorrow and see how it looks. Yep.
Hey. I was just a little excited to see him like go in the draw and see like that hay. We have a old hay bale that we left out there that we have really bad erosion, and we filled it all in with sawdust and bark and leaves and other
wood chips,
yeah, and other down stuff, and then we put hay on top of it. And so we left the rest of the bale over there, so we're hoping those guys will just rub on it and spread it for us.
Yeah, so there's some really bad erosion down at the bottom of this gully, and yeah, we started stuffing it with bigger stuff first, and then I saw this video on gully stuffing that made me realize we're doing it backwards. You should put the finer material, like evergreen leaves are perfect if you can get those on the bottom to really catch the soil, and then put logs on top and slow that water down. So we've been doing some of that, and yeah, should we go see what that hay bale looks like?
Well, they haven't found it.
Yeah, they're right there. Just right in those trees ahead of them. But it's probably not going to be as interesting as this grass.
No.
So,
I mean, it'll be cool to go look at it tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah, but they sure are going to appreciate this shade, and they'll probably have access to this the whole way down this field to our right here, so that'll be nice. Nice thing.
They're not as bothered by the flies either, just today.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
yesterday, like, that's been nice. I mean, there's still some, but...
Well, the breeze helps and the cooler weather.
Yeah.
But in a couple weeks, these flies might vanish. I mean,
yeah,
getting into...
Well,
certainly...
got anything, so that's kind of cool.
Yeah, who's that? 10?
No, it's not ours. 8 or something?
I can't see the tag. But yeah, it's a good thing to pay attention to. Who's got that slick, oily hide, and that gives them some natural insect resistance.
There's Runty. She doesn't have any flies on her either.
Yeah, she's looking good.
Yeah. And everybody's got the happen lines on their neck.
Yeah. It's fun watching them run through the trees. Oh, they found that good grass over there. They were staring at that grass from the other side of the fence. And
well, it's amazing you can see the difference Like between it turns kind of brown what they've stepped on, and then it's super green over here what they haven't touched yet.
Yeah. Yeah, the graze lines are pretty dramatic. There's that old hay bale.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be fun to see after a day or two of impact.
Yeah. There's also that like Widowmaker right here.
Oh yeah, there's a few. There's a
Yeah.
few. There's some dead ash trees and
Oh,
there's some hazardous stuff in here that I need to address. Absolutely.
well, it's scary to take it down, you know.
It is. It is when they've been standing dead for this long, and there's more and more falling every year. I mean, I already had to cut 5 or 6 off the fence already earlier this spring, and yeah, it's tragic to watch these ash trees disappear from the landscape. It's really good firewood, but it's nice that we get all this standing dry firewood. On the other hand, it's something you really got to pay attention to when you're in these trees, and you know, we just pray none of them hit the cattle while they're in here. Of course, they're not in here for long, just 2 days and out.
Well, on the other side, over on David's side here, we have the goats, and same thing. Like, we have the goats netted off, we moved them, and then the next day we came out to check on water and them.
Yeah.
And there was a tree falling right where they were. That was like,
Yeah, the day after we moved them, a tree fell right on the net. That was crazy.
yeah, that was crazy. We had to come out with chainsaws and cut it up.
Yeah, but if you look at the graze line from the goats here, I mean, in years past, you would not have been able to see through these woods to the corn back there. And we grazed both sides of our fence line here. We grazed on David's side with netting, keeping them out of the corn, and then on our side. And then you can see where the T-post is. That's the high tensile fence line there. And yeah, it worked really nice. It's actually, after about 40 to 60 days recovery, the cows are absolutely loving this tender grass coming in where the goats were. So anyways, that's the update. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.